And now, good morning to our Facebook. I don't think it's on yet.
So we've had a few challenges this morning.
Yeah.
So
Are we live now?
yes, we're live now.
Okay, what happened?
Got it.
So, good morning, Instagram. Good morning, Facebook. Good morning to our Marriage Matters group. We were off last weekend, and rightfully so, because I'm pretty sure many of you had to deal with house issues.
Right.
And we needed that time to try to strategize or try to see if we can find somebody to do work. Everybody was in high demand and still is in high demand because it's still really bad out there.
Right.
Supplies are hard to come by. You have to wait in these redonkulous lines. So we have to just be faithful, be patient, and just kind of put your ear to the street. Somebody knows somebody. That's how we found a plumber. Say I'm the plumber. I'm gonna keep saying that. But he did an awesome job. So we're gonna wait and give you some time to get situated. I'm trying to give my allergy medicine some time to kick in because, as you can see, eyes are a little puffy.
Yeah.
But that's not gonna stop me. It's not gonna stop me.
Mrs. Lindsay is in the building.
The first one, front and center.
Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Lindsay. How you doing, Miss Lindsay? I don't see no big emoji, Miss Lindsay. You gonna put a bit emoji in there? Thank you, ma'am. We appreciate it. Ooh, this is hot.
Yeah, that's hot.
What you put in there extra?
I think I did.
Ooh, man. Let's put this down.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'm about to wait a little bit.
Yeah, let's
So,
cool off a little.
what is that, LaWanda? Is that happiness? That's a snoozy? You asleep?
They look like a snoozy face.
Ooh, man. So, we're getting there. Good morning. We're waiting.
Are you serious? My dad heard you saying the plumber before.
I like Sam. I like Sam. He gets it done. Yeah, no issues. So, I still got to get him to come back, though.
Okay. All right.
I'm trying, y'all. I'm having some hard time. But, so let's just kind of just ease into this.
Okay.
A book up parking space. Oh, because she's first? I don't know if that's what you mean. You mean because you was the first one on? You might not have been the first one on. The one you might be the first one just to make a comment. What if somebody else beat you this morning?
Oh, goodness.
Got some competition going on. But I'm very appreciative of, let me say this. What we went through and what we face is not, I guess, a sum total of who we are. We had to deal with something that was out of our control. We didn't create the cold came. We knew it was coming. But the fallout about the electricity, that was really bad. So we've just learned to adjust. We knew we weren't going to have electricity, and and we knew it was going to be cold.
Mm-hmm.
We knew we had means by which to cook food because we bought I don't know, about 40 or 50 pounds of charcoal. So I wasn't worried about eating.
Right.
The concern was really just trying to wrap stuff up and keep stuff from bursting, which we did on one end. So thank God that nothing burst inside the house. But we did have issues on the outside of the house. Our well tank was spared because Millicent and I went out there and did a good wrap job on it. I don't even know if I want to take all that stuff off now. I think I'm going to leave it on there.
Leave it there for a while.
Water probably going to be hot. But I
So
think that...
work on the
mm-hmm. But we need to... But the main thing is that, even if something did happen, it's not taking us out. I know that it's a setback when you have to spend money that maybe you didn't want to spend, or if you need to spend money you really just don't have. But at the end of the day, God is not going to leave any one of us, suffering without some support. It doesn't happen. The fact that we prayed knowing that this was coming, the fact that we trusted God and said, hey, we want to make it through it, we did. So we didn't have anything burst on the inside of the house. We just got to deal with some things on the outside. But when it's all said and done, it just gives us a scope about how we need to prioritize. We know that it's now the end of February. March is rapidly approaching on Monday. So we need to put ourselves, and each one of us, I'm saying this just as a collective, we need to put ourselves in a position to get ready for hurricane season. So
4 months out.
you know you're not going to have power during hurricanes. So it'd be very important that you get a generator or a power inverter. I want to publicly say thank you, even though I know he's not on here. I want to publicly say thank you to Harrison Rogers, one of our neighbors down the street. He had a power inverter and didn't think nothing about it. We have a little one that we can attach to the battery of our vehicle, but he had one that was about the size of an igloo cooler, and it ran off gas, and it powered, it could power, a heater. So, we really thank him for doing that. Very quiet, don't make no noise. You just start it like you start anything else, a lawnmower.
And gave us a heater to go with it.
And gave us a heater to go with it. And so, those type of situations, you find out who's who. You find out what you have surrounding you. And so, no matter what, we take this time to refocus, right? If somebody needed some help, find a way to help. Watch somebody suffer and you had a means to help them. Now, if you can't help them, good, I got it. But we don't want to we don't want to not help people. So let me go back and start saying good morning now that I see people starting to wake up a little bit.
Good morning, Miss Linda.
Good morning, Miss Nash. Miss Lindsay. You say you on Sam Plummer's. Well, I hope I'm a little bit ahead of you on Sam the Plummer's list. Ooh, don't say that. 2023. Oh my God, I'm glad I read the whole thing. But he backed up, and so thank God, he came to us 3 times. And the first time, no success. The second time, not enough parts. The third time, got it done. So, good. Oh, Miss Ned. Oh, okay, Mr. BK, Living Strong, Bryce K. Oh, good morning. I love each and every one of you. Let's get with it. So, as I tip open this devotional, all right, we're going to be talking today about giving our best, because that seems like that's something difficult to do when we face adversity. Giving your best when the monkey is on your back. Giving your best when you sound like me, all congested and all just this, but you give your best. You find a way to do that. So this is the focus scripture for today. I need this.
You need that?
Yeah, I need this. So we're going to look at Genesis chapter 4, and it's going to be 4 through 7. One side, oh, this is mine. Oh, tricked me.
I had to switch the cell phone.
I forgot. Oh my goodness. I had all those scriptures marked. Oh. Okay. So Genesis chapter 4 and verses 4 through 7.
All right.
It says, then Abel brought the first lamb born to one of his sheep, killed it and gave the best parts of it as an offering. The Lord was pleased with Abel and his offering, but he rejected Cain and his offering. Cain became furious and scowled in anger. Then the Lord said to Cain, why are you angry? Why are you upset? And why that scowl on your face? If you had done the right thing, you would be smiling. Ooh, God don't be playing around when he give you that shade. If you had done the right thing, you would be smiling. But because you have done evil, sin is crouching at your door. That's interesting.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
It wants to rule you, but you must overcome it. So even in the midst of adversity, he's still giving encouragement.
Yeah. That's what God does. But Cain,
Hmm.
he was a stubborn old dude. So I mean, so the thing is, when we talk about giving our best, excuse me, there's levels to that, and the attention that we pay to details, it says a lot about the gift that we want to give. So when you go back and you think about different gifts that you've purchased people,
Mm.
oh, she'll like that, or he'll like that, or in my wife's defense, she has seen something or heard me say something, and then she gets a gift on that regard. Not about what she think I may like, but she gives me gifts out of not necessity, but out of what she hears that I actually may want or need. That's totally different. It's unexpected, but well received because she put thought into it. I heard him say. Then she did a little extra. I'm gonna go and look it up. Maybe on the phone. Maybe I can order it. Maybe it can be shipped. If it's not on the phone, then I take it to the next level. I go to a place where I know that it may be there. And then I look at the different ones, and then I find the one that I know that my husband will like, and then I will purchase that. That's a totally different look, or that's a totally different focus level of getting a gift for somebody.
Mm-hmm.
The attention to detail, the thought about how it impacts their life, and then really from a giver standpoint, I really feel good about this because I really wanted you to have this. So let's fast forward that back to God. Sometimes we're upset and mad and disappointed because we feel like we should get a gift at a certain time. But oh, how we feel when we get the gift at the right time, in the right moment,
Mm-hmm.
in the right circumstances. We feel so much better because God took the time to listen to what we were praying about or complaining about, and He made a door open so that we can walk through it and receive whatever it is that we was believing and trusting for. Or sometimes God goes out of His way. We may not have even prayed about that thing,
Mm-hmm.
and He uses somebody that's ready and available, and because they are connected to Him and they are a giver,
Right.
unselfish giver, that person comes your way.
Right.
They drop a nugget into your life at the right time,
Mm-hmm.
dealing with the right circumstances in the right situation. So I just want to say to you how much important it is to give our best. Now, as we examine today's lesson, this is not for you to beat yourself up because we know that we can do better on how we approach God. I don't care who it is listening. We all can do better in that area. We all can make sure that the priority is Him first and Him alone, and then everything else. So if you have not done that, this is not the time to feel like crap. It's really just to refocus and say, today is Saturday, it is February the 27th. Lord, I'm going to put you first. I'm going to make sure I acknowledge you and give you my best.
Right.
And I know that's going to take a little effort because I still may want to cut a corner here or there. But I know that you're going to remind me and I'm going to straighten up. That's really what I want for you all today. So, as we step down a level, we're going to go to, and that were, again, the first scripture was Genesis chapter 4 and verses 4 through 7.
Mm-hmm.
So,
But also we have to equate that to is when we give to our spouse about giving our best self to our spouse.
yes, let's sit there for a second.
Okay.
So, I don't feel my best when I don't give her my best. Or when it's, just not at the level it should be because she's my wife. Um, we need to really think about the connection, all of the things, you know what? The connection and the investment. Because every day we should be dropping some kind of nugget investment into each other.
Mm-hmm.
You look pretty today. I told her that already, so don't think I'm just trying to do this on But what I'm saying is dropping nuggets. I appreciate you because I thank you that you did this. When you did this, this helped me. So
Mm-hmm.
dropping those nuggets of appreciation is very important. Not just from a wife and husband standpoint. Your children, hey, you made a good decision. I really appreciate you putting
Yeah.
some thought into that. I know that, in the past, you might have done something different. So I'm glad that you learned from whatever it was that got you to this point. So daddy is proud of you. Mom is proud of you. We proud.
Exactly.
And so, in that same regard, and the same thing with God, we sure appreciate you, Lord. We really are filthy rags and we just a vapor of smoke in your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
But you still see fit to ensure that we receiving love from you every day, despite the way sometimes we treat you, neglect you, or try to just get what we want when we want from you. You still God to us. You still make sure you take care of us. You still show us favor and grace, even though some of our actions don't really mimic what you give us. All right then. And your best could be being mindful of what you wear to bed too. It says, women, we are bad about those bonnets and those 10-year-old
Oh,
faded 90s.
oh.
Well,
Girl, you are so 1,000% on point with that one.
so in my efforts to be candid, I'm going to say these two words. 3, adoreme.com. All right. Listen, I hope that you understand what I said. And
Oh,
so while we're sitting here, if you have your cell phone, you can go to adoreme.com, type in 90s or anything else, and something will pop up. It may get your attention.
he is
And
their new spokesperson, y'all.
so,
AdoreMe.com.
adoreme.com. So, that is a way of spicing it up. So I'm so glad, Lamanda, that you've already, maybe you've done that. I don't know. You put it out there, so you
And
must.
guys, there's nothing wrong with you going on AdoreMe.com and purchasing something for your woman that you may like.
Oh yeah, I've already seen some I like, so I'm already ready. I've seen 2 things. All right. So, and the first one I showed her, she started laughing because there was some candor in it. But this goes back to just really um, when we talk about our best. So thank you, Lawanda, for really bringing that out. Nobody pretty much said that, so I know I like that. So it's important, you can't come to bed, looking like Granny, on Hoodwink. If you've ever seen Hoodwink, you don't want to look like that going to bed. But in all honesty, it's just a mind shift in how we think about what we're going to give. When we're going to give something, we really want to give our best, and put the best thought into it.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not our best, if we don't feel good about it afterwards, you may not, because you didn't do, what was necessary to make sure that it was all that you wanted it to be.
Right.
That still don't make you a bad person, though. You can just make the adjustment and do, what you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to go ahead and transition to Deuteronomy 15 and 11. And if
Okay.
anybody else types in anything, I'm definitely going to read it. Myself or Millicent. You wanted to say something, baby?
No.
You don't want to say nothing? Deuteronomy 15
And 11.
and verse number 11.
Mm-hmm.
It says, why do you... I don't know, I guess I'm not patient with this phone today. It says, there will always be some Israelites who are poor and in need, And so I command you to be generous to them. There will always be somebody that will need some type of help and assistance. So what I will go further and say is just be sensitive to the Spirit. And when God places it on your heart to make a move, to do something, then you do it. Don't get into the battle of good and evil and looking at the devil on one of your shoulders and the angel on the other.
Mm-hmm.
God, you didn't say that. You didn't say bless them with a washer. Oh, I didn't hear that. You didn't say that. Oh, you heard that woman or that man say that they can't wash their clothes. And you have the means by giving them a washer. And
Right.
you said, God, you didn't say that. Then you just go on about your day.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see that the people got the washer. And you say, well, Lord, you blessed them. And God will say, well, I won't say what God will say, but this is what I say I will say. Yeah, you chose not to be available, so I went and found me somebody else that was going to be available to go do my work.
Mm-hmm.
So I found another willing person that when they heard my voice and said, go get a washer for this person, they went and did it. So that takes time and practice, because we don't want to get so stuck in what we have and what we've occupied or possessed that we can't, be able to reach out and do something for somebody else.
Yeah.
That's just going to be something that we have to really focus on, and then we have to shun the thoughts that it might not be that it's for us to do. I know how they can be. Duh, that wasn't you, Lord. I know you didn't say that. Yes, he did. Yes, it's for us to do.
Right.
But I want to thank my wife, because there are some times, boy, when she might tell me something, I'm like, hey. So but I know that she wouldn't say that if she hadn't prayed about it, or when she feels that strong about it. It ain't about what we got. It's about move some stuff out the way and go get whatever it is, or go get the cash or whatever it is, and go do it. And that's it. And don't be going in there looking like, God, I got to give this to you. Because that's not well received.
Right.
And that's not the God's way of doing that. So again, it says, 15 and 11, Deuteronomy, it says, there will always be some Israelites who are poor and in need, and so I command you to be generous to them. Now, we're going to go to Proverbs chapter 3 and verse number 28, and we're going to learn something a little different. 3.
And I
and
made
verse
sure
number
while he's
28.
looking that up too, that I typed all the scriptures in the comments at the beginning of the video. So they're on there if you want to go back and study, or, you're in a position right now where you can't follow along to read.
Yes. Proverbs 3 in verse number 28. It says, never tell your neighbors to wait until tomorrow if you can help them now. Okay, I hope I wasn't too loud. Never tell your neighbors that to wait until tomorrow if you have the means to support them today. I don't know if I need to elaborate on that or what.
Oh, go ahead.
But I think that, when we get to this point where we don't want to give, that means your hands are a fist. That means you're fighting against yourself and you're fighting against God, because your hands are not open to give out. So if they're not open to place something in somebody's hand, that means they're not open for your hands to receive. You won't get nothing. All right. So remember, your hand like this, you can't give anything out. Your hand like this, you can't get anything in there. So just remember that. God has richly blessed us in different ways.
Yeah.
Finances, I'll put my finger over here. Finances, talents, and let me just sit on talents. That means if you can make t-shirts, bake cookies, take photographs, fix cars, make jewelry,
Yep.
all this stuff she did. you know, you got to think about your talents and what you can bring to the next level
Mm-hmm.
to somebody else's life because you can help them.
Mm-hmm.
So in your talents, whether your talent is your smile, whether your talent is your encouragement, whether your talent is just being there and listening, you use that because that's a gift that God gave you.
Right.
And it was not for you to selfishly keep it to yourself. That gift was made or it was birthed in you. Is that birth? That's not right. Birth in you
Mm-hmm.
so that you could actually support somebody else.
Right.
Yes, sir. This is some great coffee. He said
She
we
say I
sleeping
was
more than
more
normal.
than normal.
Yeah, I gotta wake up right, and then my allergies is just it's at a high.
And see, we have these extra large cups now.
Yeah, our daughter works at Kirkland's,
Yeah.
so we got one of them gigantor mugs now. So that's what I wanted to kind of slide in there on that. Excuse me. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 3, and let me just go back up here to verse number 9 here.
All right.
So, it says, honor the Lord by making him an offering from the best of all that your land possesses. If you do, your barns will be filled with grain, and you will have too much wine to be able to store it all. So, when we talk about giving our best, we need to make way in the morning for time with God. We need to make way before, even though we know that we prepared and we've gotten ready for whatever, if it's a presentation or if it's something we need to do, yeah, you've got prepared to say, Lord, I know how I am. She know I don't like presentations. Well, I don't like them. But I ask her every time, please pray for me. I get nervous. She know I can't sleep. I'm keeping up from getting sleep because I'm moving in the bed. She hates it. But I thank God that she don't tell me to go to another room because I know I'm fidgeting. I know I want to do better with that. But she always says something encouraging to me, and I just know that when I'm at that point, when it's time for me to do whatever I need to do, I just have that sense of calm. Even if I mess up, I don't even let it shake me in the presentation. Because sometimes, your words get twisted and you're trying to get out a point. You get me? Now, when I'm speaking to her, I can get the point out perfectly. It's my friend, and my best friend. But she's not there when I'm in that room. But she's praying for me, and she immediately sends me something. She can kind of, I know she has to work, but she can kind of gauge the time, and she'll send me something. Hey, how'd it go? And so that's something that we need to think about when we think about how we approach God. Honor the Lord by making him an offering from the best of all that your land produces. And your land is your heart, your mind, your spirit, your soul, your body. All of that belongs to God. First, you just a borrower. We are just borrowers of a body that don't belong to us, that wasn't created by us. We're just borrowers, if that's even a word, But in our borrowing, thank you for the borrowed beautiful hair that she has that comes from her head. Thank you for the borrowed beautiful smile that she has on her face. So, I just had to slide them in. See that smile? Look at that. She's smiling now. But it's important that we really push that. How we approach God, we want to give our best. And if you feel like we're rushing through something, just take a step back.
Did it take years for you all to realize to do that, or was it from day one? You mean as far as what, LaWanda?
Yeah.
As far as encouraging each other, or and I don't know. I think with us, it was just a natural.
Mm-hmm.
it just came naturally, you know. And I don't think it took a long time, really.
I'm trying to see what exactly she's saying because I'm not really sure. Are
The
you
one
talking
that
about the encouragement?
yeah.
Yes, sir, Brother Bryce. Yes, sir. You should have put a big emoji in there, a big one, so I can see it. I see it. I see the queen. I can't tell Bryce if the queen got a crown, but
As far as recognizing as far as to check in with each other.
okay. Well, I would say that in the last year, I wasn't good in that area as I had been in prior years. Let me just be transparent.
Okay.
So recognizing the check-in, I was not doing that. She was not feeling that. She was not happy. Let me just go on and be very upfront and to the point. Work was seeming like that was my God and all of that stress and everything dealing with that. And I didn't handle that very well. And so what happened with that was it started leaking out. You know, a person can only hold so much in before what's inside bubbles out. So if love is bubbling out, that's what's on the inside. But when frustration is in the inside, it's gonna bubble out. So what I will say is this: we've always done that, but last year it was tough. I'm gonna be honest with you. Now we're at a place now where we're really good because you have to go back and you need to talk about, and we've said this before.
Mm-hmm.
You need to do the things that you did that were successful. They were successful for a reason. You don't just throw that at the back burner. You don't just put it to the side. There's no new way. That way was fine. Not that you can't change,
Mm-hmm.
but if your spouse is used to being touched or used to being receiving a call or whatever it is, then you do that. Now, what I will say is this, is that, and she can correct me if I'm wrong, because I could be wrong. I try to make sure that I touch her every day. Somehow, some way. You know, I try to make sure that my hands touch her some kind of way. Because it's important for her if that's what she likes, but it's also important for me because a lot of times those hugs, when we know we've been through, because sometimes just listening to all that, because it was kind of one of those, last week was just tough. But then you come off of last week and then you back into the workplace. It's like that 1 week was like, seemed like it was a 5 month setback. That 1 week of just not being able to work. Mm-hmm. So what I'll say is this. Oh, hold on. Well, if some men think you're being bossy, you need to check your approach. It's always about how you say something.
Yeah.
But what I will say is this. There are so many ways that you can just really crack an egg. So, when we talk about checking in, since that's something that just popped up, you know, it's okay to go over to that man. He get ready to go to work. You ain't got to say nothing. Just listen to me. It's okay to go over to that man. He get ready to leave out the door, and you just give him a soft kiss on his cheek or on his lips. Put your hands on his face and let him know that I love you and I want you to have a good day. Now, if he ain't used to that, mm-hmm. It might be a surprise. But if you're genuine with it, I can guarantee you that will really make his day go a whole lot better. So, it's really about just looking at how you can go in and do things differently. Oh, she said there's a typo. Hold on.
Recognize or a bonus and you don't know. I mean, your spouse get a recognize or a bonus at work and you don't know because the spouse say you didn't ask. It's hard to comprehend without being offended.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we need to make sure that we're listening.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like he was talking about, as far as he may just say something offhand and just talking when we were discussing about gift giving. But we need to make sure that we're not so wrapped up in our own stuff that we're not in tune to our spouse as well.
Yeah.
Could that be a tall order? Yes, but marriage is work. And it's not easy. And anybody that tell you that they living in a fantasy world, that is not true. But the thing is, we have to be in tune to our spouse mentally, emotionally, physically, on a bunch of different levels.
Excuse me.
And then if we're paying attention and we're listening, you're going to catch that.
Yeah.
Well, you said, I tell him all the time, well, you said you were going to do such and such today. How did it go? Did you feel good about that?
Yeah.
And we discussed, we talked, so that, I think that's just very important.
And to be honest with you, it goes back to this too. Sometimes, and I don't know about you, I'm going to speak from my own experience. Sometimes you can ask God for something and He can do it for you so fast that you miss the moment. And then your wife come and ask you, well, how did it go? And it went so well, but you got caught up. God came in and made it so smooth that you didn't even know, and you did what you needed to do. You made that thing happen. Now, she will ask. If it's something that's important to me, she will ask. If I don't, come out and spill the beans or whatever, she will ask. But I think the main thing is that when we talk about checking in with each other, I think that, it just comes down to some genuine stuff. People got to be able to trust that you being genuine. So if a person comes in from work and you really want to know about it and you ask questions about it, they may not be forthcoming first, on first out. What is that?
Michaela Collins.
Oh my God, I'm sorry, I heard the phone going off. Okay, so the thing is that checking in, you gonna ask me? Okay. Checking in with your spouse is okay. And if they don't give you the answer that you want at that time, if you're genuine, hey, she keep calling, you might want to answer that. If you
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. When our daughter calls like that, there's normally something she wants something. But it's something we need to take care of. So I think that let me go back up here. Ms. Nash said one thing we have to learn each other's ways and be a little more patient with each other. I do agree with that. Laura Straight said walking. Hey Laura, good morning, Miss Straight. Tell the babies I said good morning. I know they just getting big and get strong. And for that little queen, that little baby mini me of yours. Oh man. So it just really comes down to the intentionality. And you got to be persistent.
Yeah.
Because change is not easy. I learned something yesterday. I got to tell y'all about this.
Okay.
Because every time I go to, I'm in a program, and I will be graduating in June. And so one of the things that was interesting was about the development of Walmart. I'm going to try to do this in about 30 to 50 seconds. And so Walmart started as Walmart. They're doing great. They only had 2 commitments, though. So I'm going to say those commitments now. They committed to variety, and they committed to low prices. I'm going to say it again. Walmart's commitment was to variety and low prices. So LaWanda, Bryce, Laura, or Ms. Nash come in to Walmart talking about customer service, they ain't make a commitment to customer service. That ain't what's making Walmart great is customer service. What's making Walmart great is low prices and variety of products. That's what's making Walmart great. They didn't commit to customer service. And they'll be the first one to tell you, if you come to Walmart, are you looking for customer service like somebody to troubleshoot? We not that place. We the place where you can come in. It's great value. It is, what's the other cheese? It's great value cheese. It's Kraft. And it's the other one. The one that says, for persnickety people, whatever that cheese is, that's real hot cheese.
Okay.
So you have choices about what you can get. You get me? So their commitment, Sargento, great value, because there's some great value people out there. I'm one of them. Kraft, Sargento prices. You coming in there talking about you need customer service and what that is on a scale of 0 to 5. Walmart ain't concerned about that. And let me tell you why. When Walmart started to decline, they started to decline because of Amazon. Because Amazon said, hey, we can take the same products that Walmart has and we can have them at your front door. You don't have to do them a walk from your kitchen to the door and you good to go. So what some people don't know is Amazon made a $10 billion investment into Walmart, and they created their home delivery. So when you're paying for Walmart stuff to be delivered to your house, you are giving money to Amazon. Yep. But Walmart is up there with Amazon as far as they're not low because they had to make an adjustment. So why did I say that? You have to make an adjustment, okay? You have to make an adjustment in your marriage. Yeah. You have to make an adjustment on how you approach your spouse. This is not working. This worked for all these years. Yeah. He's changed. You changed. The job changed. Life changed. Your hair changed. Everything changed. Yeah. So now you have to make some adjustments. Yeah. And still do it with love and excellence because they're dependent on you. Because if they're like me and if they're like Millicent, they are trusting you with their heart. And that is a very precious, priceless commodity, to trust somebody with your heart. So when we talk about giving our best to God, to each other, to our children, to the workplace, make sure you make that priority in that way. To God, to our spouse, to our children, in our workplace, and everything else, that whichever way you want to put that in that order. Right. To God, our spouse, our children, the workplace, and anything else. So, and we've talked about this before, so we need to keep, resonating that theme. To God, spouse, children, workplace, everything else.
And LaWanda had said something earlier. I just kind of wanted to chime in on, Laura, in that order. Is that, being the organizer of everything. And sometimes it can be overwhelming because you keeping up with your stuff. If the husband say, hey, remind me of whatever, you got to do that. Housework, whether you doing it or the kids doing it, or like for us, we have a baby that don't drive and one that does, and trying to coordinate. Okay, I need you to get to work, but I need you to get her to work for me because I'm still working. So it can get a little overwhelming now. Oh, he trying to type?
No, I ain't trying to type. Laura said go up and address some of our comments. So I'm trying to go back. Which one?
Keep going.
Okay.
Keep going.
Keep going. Okay.
Keep going. Right there.
Okay.
She said sometimes my brain is overloaded because I am the main organizer for everything. So that's what I was commenting on.
Then you put in your phone, check in with my bae. You do what you got to do to make adjustments. It ain't no problem. We all fall short of remembering stuff. We do. And if you're the main organizer and it fall on you, then one of the things you can do in your communicating with your spouse is, what can he commit to on that main organization list? Because it might be something that he's willing and wanting to do. But because you're doing it all, some of us, we don't have enough to always come in and do what we need to do, because sometimes as men, we boneheads. Okay, so maybe you want to have that conversation, but for the check-in piece, hey, just put it on your phone. Yeah. It ain't bad. I'm just, if you got a lot of stuff going on, when you have kids and they ranging from different ages and they doing stuff, they involved just like you was involved. It's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah. We done been through that. Go to Austin, get your tent, get your food, pay for your hotel, kids running track, go over here. We get it. So, just think about, you're gonna have to put it in there then that you need to check in.
Right.
And that's it. It's no condemnation or anything like that. It's just saying, okay, if I don't want to make this same mistake again, and I do want my husband to know that I want him to know that his day or his whatever, I'm gonna check in.
Yeah.
So I hope I answered that right. You want to go up? Did we miss anything?
That
was it.
So and the thing is, like we were talking about, growing and change. We
God.
have to, for us not to fall off. I hire a professional now. Gotta go. No, what?
She said I hire a professional now. I'm gonna hurt her.
Oh, goodness. Oh. So, I mean, we just have to learn how to grow and change, because what worked 3 years ago may not work tomorrow. So we have to put forth extra effort, but that has to go on both parts.
Did we miss Bryce's comment? I don't want to be missing no comments now. No? I want to make sure we didn't miss Bryce's comment. That's the Wanda. Okay, right there.
Oh, we did miss it. I'm sorry. Wow.
All right. I didn't know if you wanted me to read that out loud. So, but I do understand. And let me tell you something. You will, find yourself, and I'm not trying to speak nothing on you. You will find yourself sometimes in a situation in your marriage where it is just a wall. Somebody's talking, you can't hear, and you're not listening. They're talking, they can't hear you, and they're not listening. Or that's the way it may seem. And that can put your marriage in a tight pickle. But you have to be committed to loving somebody past themselves and past your own stuff, because we all are a contributor to whatever the problem is. So thank you for putting that in there. Thank you for just saying that. All we want to do is just acknowledge the fact that the work is hard, but it's necessary.
Yeah.
Just think about how hard it is for God. Well, I'm going to say it right. That's going to be wrong.
Right.
Just think about how difficult it could be if God just took all of our actions. If He did that, even though He loves us past it, just think about it. All the stuff that we do, I think it would be hard to love me, godly. You know what I'm saying? So just think about that when we look at each other and how we focus on each other. So it's 8:49. I need to read this, right? So we can kind of give some context to what we've been talking about.
Right.
So this is the devotional for today. It's going to tie everything in, and it's going to also bring about some questions that we need to really answer for ourselves. What we give tells a lot about our hearts. The more time and preparation the gift requires, the more it says you're important to me. The greater the attention to detail, the more it says you deserve the best. It says the greater attention to detail. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. It says the greater the personal cost and sacrifice, the more it says, I love you. Consider what you're offering the Lord today. Questions are starting to come. Do you make time to seek His face or fit Him around the edges of your schedule? Do you give generously or keep your blessings for yourself? Do you give help to the family of God or only what's most easy and convenient? Do you give Him your future or make plans to please yourself? Do you give Him obedience or carry secret sins? He knows by your gift. Bring him a pleasing offering. Pray and thank him for his love. Ask him together. Reach out to care for others in his name. Repent of any sins you're holding on to.
Mm-hmm.
Offer him all you have to use as he pleases.
Okay.
And then the prayer says this: Lord, all we have is yours. Show us how to give you the best of our time, energy, and resources. It says, let us love without holding back. So,
Okay.
there was a lot of, hey, good morning, Miss Carter.
Good morning. So I don't know what's going on with our time here. Oh.
Instagram, we 51 minutes in, so
Okay,
we got to
so
be done before
yeah.
60 minutes.
So we're gonna if you all want to continue to type questions or comments or concerns in the chat, I always go back and look at them and try to make sure I answer all your questions and everything. But it's been good conversation. It's been great conversation today.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of transparency going on. But that's what we want to do, and that's what we have to do to be able to help one another too. So I just love the way y'all encourage and respond to one another.
Mm-hmm.
So let's keep it up. Let's keep it going.
Yep.
And then we'll try to talk about what our next challenge is going to be.
Yeah, because it's done for some more date night stuff.
Yeah.
And so, hey, I appreciate you all sharing y'all date nights with us. Just saying, hey, we did something. Do not stop dating each other. Do not stop making each other feel special. Do not stop complimenting them on how they look. You understand? And make sure some way, in some fashion or form, that your hands touch each other. You need to do that. And don't be offended if somebody act like they don't want to be touched. You just keep on doing what you know you need to do, and everything will work out on its own. Remember, genuine, 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 genuine. You got to think about that. People don't think you're genuine. They just feel like you just puff of smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Then that's how they're going to treat it.
Right.
So you have to keep being consistent so that they can see that, I'm not doing this for show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing this for a pat on the back.
Right.
I'm doing this because I desire to be with you. I desire to be by you, next to you. I desire to be intertwined in your hopes, dreams, aspirations, all of those things. So we keep pushing on that.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, Miss Linda, will do.
Yes, ma'am, Miss Laura.
All right.
Yes, ma'am. I get it.
Treat yourself well, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. Go do that.
That's in your problem.
Oh,
Thank
well,
you so
Mr.
much,
Bryce.
We
Thank you.
love
Appreciate it. We
you.
love you, brother.
Thank you so much.
So, we got a week of work to do.
Yeah.
Remember the priority: God, spouse, children, then work, and everything else.
Okay.
Stay focused. Find a way to compliment each other.
Okay.
Make sure you touch.
Okay.
And make sure that if God speaks to you about doing something, that you go and do it.
And remember to invest your best self.
Yeah.
Invest your best self. So we will see you all next Saturday to discuss more marriage matters because your marriage matters. Bye.
Right,
love you guys.
Bye. Look at them commenting on those videos. I'm looking at them. They're liking each other's comments. That's really good. You might want to. Ooh. Okay.